Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've got a little kind of like makeup tutorial video today. Not so much a tutorial for you guys, but for me, because I'm going to be following some tips that I saw off Cosmo. So when I do my makeup on a normal day, when I don't have any filming to do, I like to kind of keep it fairly natural, fairly kind of like pared back, nothing too heavy or dramatic. And I've really recently been interested in finding tips on ways to keep your makeup natural, or ways to kind of like enhance your natural features, just basically bringing out the best that you naturally have. And when I was Googling, when I was trying to find lots of different tips, I came across this article on Cosmo here. I've got it up on my phone, and it's from last year. It was October the 12th, and it's about 9 ways to ensure your makeup always looks natural. Now, I've not tried any of the tips on here yet, so I thought it would be a good idea to put it into a video and actually see if it works. Now, I know when it comes to filming, you know, I've got my ring light on. Having more natural makeup doesn't always look best on camera. So I'm not sure how this is going to come across on camera. It might not look good at all, but I'm interested in trying these makeup tips. So that is why I am makeup free today. So I have done all of my skincare. So my face is ready for makeup. So I'm just going to get straight into these tips. I think I will zoom you guys in and I'll get started. All right, nice and close and personal. So the tips in the article come from Dominic Skinner, who is a senior global artist at MAC, so MAC Cosmetics. So let's get into these tips then. So tip number 1 is all about the base. And Dominic says to get a more natural base, mix moisturiser into your foundation. Not a new tip. I think a lot of us have heard this one before. I've never actually done it though. And he says it will dial down the coverage and give skin a dewier, natural finish. Now, dewy is a word that I don't really like. I don't like a dewy base. It's not my favourite. I like luminous, but not dewy. Dewy on me looks oily, so I'm hoping this isn't going to look oily. So he recommends MAC Strobe Cream. I don't have it. I've never used it, so I'm just going to go for my normal moisturiser, which is the Avene Aquagel Hydrant Moisturiser. And because this is going to be like a dewy effect, I'm going to use a brush, not a damp beauty sponge. So I'm going to use a silk finish brush, and the foundation I'm going to use is my e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation in the shade Natural. I'm not sure what the ratio is. That's kind of what I've gone for so far. So it's a pump of foundation and just like a little scoop of moisturiser. So let's kind of give that a go. Now my skin hasn't fully recovered yet from its allergic reaction. I mean, it has in terms of that, you know, it has calmed down, but it's not as clear as it was before the reaction. So I'm not sure if a natural makeup effect is probably best for my skin at the moment. Yeah, I think that ratio is pretty spot on, but I need a bit more, so just going in with another pump of foundation and a bit more of moisturiser. I feel a bit more professional actually putting the product on the back of my hand. It's not something I often do. Okay, so coverage isn't too bad, and I did go for a bigger ratio of foundation to moisturiser. So I guess if you do want something a little bit more dewy or a little bit lighter coverage, then maybe go for more like a 50-50 ratio. So that is how my base is looking at the moment. Okay, tip number 2 is about concealer. And he says when you apply your concealer, you should look yourself in the eye and only kind of focus on what you see immediately. So we have a habit of being like, right, concealer here, 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 here. But actually people, when they look at us, they don't see all the other imperfections that we see. So just to kind of like dial it back with concealer. So let's look at myself in the eyes and see what I can see. So I would say under eye circles, definitely. And then a bit on my chin. So usually I would like conceal around here because I do have a few like blemishes here. But when I'm looking at myself directly in the eyes, I can't really see them. So I'm gonna not conceal them and see how that goes. Okay, seeing as the base is a bit more glowy, a bit more natural, I'm going to go for a more natural concealer. So I'm going to go for my Fenty concealer in the shade 150. So I'm just going to apply it using that kind of same technique. So just where I can notice any kind of discoloration. And then I'm going to put 185 on my chin. Now he doesn't say how to blend them in, so I'm going to use my concealer brush by Real Techniques. Yeah, I think when it comes to doing makeup, I think we're just so used to just kind of, I guess in a way, piling it on and not really kind of like looking at ourselves and going, actually, where do I really need coverage? Do I need a full face of foundation, or can I just only put it on areas where I've got blemishes or it just needs a bit more extra coverage? Okay, so next tip then. One of them was about contouring, but I don't think I'm gonna do this tip because there is a separate tip on bronzing, and I only have bronzers, and the product that I would use to contour is the same product I would use to use the bronzer. So I'm not wanting my face to look really muddy, so I'm gonna ignore the contour tip and just go straight to the bronzer tip. And he says it's all about placement, that most people use it like a fake tan and apply it all over the face. But if you want a more natural finish, just apply it around the outside edge of your face and whip it lightly under the cheekbones. This warms the face naturally. Now he doesn't say what brush to use, but because this is a natural makeup look, I'm going to go for a slightly fluffier brush, and this is the Avon, doesn't actually say, but it's just an Avon face brush. So it's got a really nice, soft, fluffy head. And the bronzer I'm using is my Fenty powder bronzer in Shady Biz. So outside edge of the face. Does he mean all the way down as well? Outside edge of your face and whip it lightly under the cheekbones. Alright, let's give this a go. Lightly under the cheekbones. So is this a bit like the 3 technique? But some people say don't do the 3 technique. But lightly under the cheekbones, whip. Whip. And I'm assuming he means jawbone, jawline as well. Right, has my face been warmed naturally? Don't know about you guys, but I can't see any bronzer on my face. Maybe I just need to build it up because this isn't a hugely like dark bronzer on me. This is a very natural shade. Let's just move on to the next tip. Okay, blusher tip now. So apply your blush as normal, then go over it with your recently used foundation brush. This helps mute down a bold blush to a softer finish. Perfect if you've gone a little OGT with the rosy glow, because we've all been there. Right, blusher, I'm going to use my Sunday Fun Day one in the shade Apricot Delight, this nice terracotta shade here, and the brush is going to be the mini Real Techniques medium sculpting brush. So this is how I would normally do it. I sort of start mid-cheekbone and bring it down and then kind of bring it back up and then onto my temples. Ooh, okay. I think I actually really need this tip. That's a lot of blush. That is not natural. Okay, and then go over with your recently used foundation brush. So, what, the sweeping motions again or just patting? I'm not really too sure. And I have done this before, as I think a lot of us have done when you've gone in a bit too much with your blusher. But it's just nice sometimes to be reminded of like tips like this, isn't it? Okay, I really need something on my lips. Jeez, look at those lips. Okay, so moving away from base now, let's go to eyes. And he says that makeup can and should be multi-purpose. Totally believe in that. And he says for this one, some of the more beautiful and natural looks I've created have come from using a product in a way that it's not necessarily been designed for. A great shadow for a soft natural eye is just a wash of bronzing powder. Sweep it over the whole lid and then add a little more into the socket. It's a soft look that adds natural definition. And I do sometimes do this on days when I am rushing out the door, but I want a little bit of something on my eyes. Okay, so I'm going to use my Fenty bronzer again, so Shady Biz, and I have a Luxe Soft Definer brush. So I usually use eyeshadow primer and then a like nude eyeshadow over the top of that. So I'm just going straight in. Yeah, it just warms it ever so slightly, doesn't it? And then he says add a little more in the socket. When I've done this before, I have also put some under my like lower lash line, but he doesn't say to do that, so I'm not gonna. Personally, I would stick to using like an eyeshadow primer first, because upon closer inspection of my eyelids, I can still see like some discoloration, but it is a really good tip, and if your eyelids are not discoloured at all, makes for a really quick eyeshadow. Right, next tip is about eyeliner, and it says a great tip to define your eyes without a dramatic liner look is to apply a black or brown eye pencil to the top and bottom waterlines of your eye. After applying it, close your eyes really tight. This will push the pigment into the roots of your lashes, deepening the appearance of your natural lash line. Then take a cotton bud. I don't have a cotton bud. I might just have to use a thin, smoky eye pencil brush. And remove the majority of the pencil from the waterline, leaving just the pigment at the roots of your lashes. Your lashes will look naturally defined with zero harsh lines. I've got a feeling it's going to look like I just haven't even put any pencil on my eyes. Alright, let's give it a try. And I have a MAC product for this one. This is the Eye Kohl in the shade Teddy, which is in my project pan. After applying it, close your eyes really tight. This will push the pigment into the roots of your lashes. Then take a cotton bud and remove the majority from the waterline. Okay, close your eyes really tight. Like that. You know, I've got like scrunch my eyes up. How long for? Okay, that's a lovely image right there. Okay, then take a cotton bud and remove the majority of the pencil from the waterline. My eyes feel really wet. Yeah, I feel like it's smudged. Okay, cotton bud or little eyeliner pencil, remove the majority from your waterline. I don't know, let me get a little bit closer, let's see what you guys think. I don't know, what do you think? Like, I think you can tell that there's something, but there's no like harsh lines. You know what, I think I actually kind of like that. A little bit of like lived in eyeliner. Interesting. Okay, that tip's good. Okay, last two tips then. Next one is about mascara, about your lashes. And he says that mascara can be super heavy, which isn't a bad thing, but if you're trying to achieve a softer look, big lashes can be too much. So a trick he uses is to apply mascara as usual, but then use 2 cotton buds with a little makeup remover, pinch the lashes between them to remove some of the excess mascara. Now I'm not sure how I'm going to do this one because I don't have cotton buds. I might just have to use that brush again and then my finger perhaps, or just my fingers to try and like pinch them. Now the mascara I've got isn't a natural mascara, and it's the Nars Climax mascara, so this one might be a little bit interesting to see whether it works. So let's give this a go. Okay, and let's pinch them. Ooh, I feel like this is just flattening them. I don't have any eye makeup remover on my fingers, I'm just using fingers as they are. Yeah, I guess that is more natural, but I like how my lashes look with the Nars mascara, so I'm not sure what I think about this tip, even though I know I'm not doing the tip exactly as he says, because I have no cotton buds. I don't love that tip. I feel like they've kind of just like clumped together by doing that. I don't know whether it's because I didn't use the actual cotton buds, but Yeah, don't love that one. All right, last tip. Let's get some product on these lips because it's kind of blending into the rest of my face. So fluff your lipstick. So matte lipstick is still a huge trend, but the bold pigmentation can be a little overwhelming if you want to achieve a natural makeup look. So for a softer finish, grab your favourite matte lipstick, then dampen a small fluffy makeup brush with a bit of MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. Use the brush to buff the colour into your lips, creating a diffused, long-lasting matte lip stain. Okay, so matte lipstick I'm going to use is my NYX matte lipstick in Eurotrash. Small fluffy makeup brush. I think I'm going to use this Bare Minerals one. I think that's probably the smallest, fluffiest brush I've got. So what does he say? Dampen it with some setting spray. So I've got the Urban Decay All Nighter one. Use the brush to buff the colour into your lips. Alright, so I'm just going straight onto the brush. It is a bit messy. Obviously the smaller the brush, I guess the more precise your diffused look is going to be, even though that's a bit of a contradiction in and of itself. Alright, lips done. Okay, makeup is done. This is a close-up of it. So what do you guys think? I think that the base idea is a good idea, and it's nice that you can kind of adjust how dewy or how glowy you want your base depending on how much moisturiser you add into your foundation. The bronzer one, I'm not really sure when I was doing it that it was really kind of like showing up, but I think after I'd done the blusher, maybe it just helps to add a bit more warmth. I mean, that's the thing with natural makeup, because it is natural, I think you kind of just got to trust the process, because you're not going for any like real harsh lines or real bold pigments. So it is all very, very soft, which is how I like my makeup anyway. I do like it to be quite soft. The mascara tip, I don't rate. I didn't really like that one. But then I don't have cotton buds. I don't really think they're that great for the environment. I don't know if you can actually get reusable cotton buds. Maybe I should look into that and then I can try that tip again. The eyeliner one I really like. It just gives a little bit of definition to your eyes without a harsh line. And I'm not an eyeliner person, so I think that I might keep doing this tip because it just adds a bit of definition. It does look a little bit like lived in, which I quite like. So I think I'm gonna go for that one again. Bronzer as an eyeshadow, yeah, done that before, like that one. And again, it's nice for just a little bit of something on your eyes. The lip one, I quite like. I think you have to be quite picky about the colour you use. I think if you go for something too dark or a red, it might look messy. So I'm interested to see how this lasts, whether this actually lasts for a long time or not. I mean, you would assume so because we've set it with like the Urban Decay setting spray, but we will see. All in all, I think it looks quite nice. Some tips I would do again, some no. And then this is what it looks like from afar. So not really too sure if this is the best kind of makeup to be wearing for filming, like I said at the beginning, but for an everyday, or my idea of like an everyday makeup look, this is something that I would go for. So yeah, I would definitely do some of these tips again. So I hope you found this video interesting. The article that I took the tips from, I will put in the description box as well. So if you're interested in reading about those, you can do so. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon in my next one. Bye.